They said that 3 days' walk from the northern mountains, there was a city unlike any other, a city that seemed to breathe like a living organism. Its name was Evoluta, and whoever had entered it claimed that nothing in their life had ever been the same afterward. The young traveler, Nadir, after years spent wandering through villages where everyone worked alone, where distrust stood higher than the walls, and where loneliness weighed more than the pack on his shoulders, decided to seek out that city. He had heard whispers about it in a tavern full of merchants. People said that there, collaboration worked in ways that would be considered impossible anywhere else. One sentence struck him more than all the others. In Evoluta, collaboration isn't a virtue, it's infrastructure. From that night on, that sentence stayed in his mind like a constant hum. He felt an echo inside him, the kind of echo that tingles in your stomach, like a truth you sense before you fully understand it. The journey was long. Nadir crossed a vast, misty plain where each step sank into soft ground, a sensation eerily similar to the feeling he carried inside, being always a little out of place, a little distant, even when someone spoke to him. The world he came from was made of individuals who guarded their skills like weapons. To collaborate was seen as a sign of weakness, to ask for help, a shame. He himself had always worked alone. Constant self-reliance had made him efficient, yes, but never happy. His loneliness had become a quiet habit, like a dimly lit room where you eventually stop noticing the dusty corners. Yet, as he walked toward Evoluta, he felt something unusual, a timid hope, a curiosity that lifted his chest whenever he thought of the city. When he finally saw the walls, the sun was beginning to set. The walls were tall, but not threatening. They looked as though they were built to protect, not divide. The first gate was a large arch of pale stone. Its guardian, an elder with silver hair, did not emanate authority, but tranquility. A tranquility that spread through the air like the scent of freshly baked bread. "Anyone who seeks to enter must know why they walk," the guardian said, without asking for his name or origins. Nadir hesitated. He wasn't used to being seen that way. Not as a stranger, not as a burden, but as a potential companion on the path. "I'm looking for a better way to live. I'm tired of doing everything alone." The guardian smiled, as if he had been waiting for that exact answer. "Here, collaboration doesn't come from kindness. It comes from vision. A city, like a person, only truly collaborates when it aims for something greater than the present moment. Do you want to enter?" Nadir nodded. The gate opened with a slow, silent movement. As he stepped through, he felt something strange, as if the loneliness he'd carried for years had taken a few steps back, unsure whether to follow him. The path between the first and second gates wound through an orderly forest where branches intertwined like living maps. Everything seemed to have its place, yet without rigidity. It was a flexible order, the kind that teams have when they coordinate effortlessly, without shouting. The second gate was simpler, made of dark wood etched with intricate carvings. Its guardian was a woman surrounded by scrolls and diagrams. Many believe collaboration is about being nice, but kindness isn't enough. You need methods, tools, clarity. Nadir remembered all the times he had tried working with others and failed. Chaos, misunderstandings, frustration. Loneliness, at least, was predictable. No one to wait for, no one to disappoint, no one to understand. But the guardian looked straight into him. Loneliness isn't simplicity. It's a slow kind of pain, weakening, disorganizing. Collaboration only thrives when there's clear ground to walk on. Her words were like cold water sliding into his stomach, sharp but refreshing.
Nadir realized loneliness had never been a choice. It was simply the only way he knew. The gate opened when he placed his hand on one of the scrolls. Under his fingers, the map pulsed as if it were alive.
Between the second and third gates lay a lively district. Here, the city breathed fully. People exchanged tools with ease. Workers asked for input without fear. Groups moved together with effortless harmony. Nadir felt disoriented. Everywhere he looked, he saw authentic smiles, not forced ones. He felt an energy he'd never experienced, the energy of us. The third gate was already open, and its guardian, a relaxed young man, sat on a step talking to two artisans. "Ah, you must be the traveler they told me about," he said. "Here, we don't talk about intentions or structures. Here, you see collaboration." He pointed out scenes around them. Two women sharing tools, a young man helping another correct his work without judgment, a group building a wooden bridge while laughing. See? Operational collaboration doesn't need explanations. It either exists or it doesn't. A pang of emotion ran through Nadir. That harmony, that sense of belonging, he had never felt it before. Compared to this, his solitary life looked like an endless desert, a vast, empty place where no one sees you and no one reaches you. The guardian seemed to read his thoughts. Loneliness is heavy, but here we learn to set it down slowly, step by step. The gate opened for him.
The fourth gate, the gate of the horizon. The path to the final gate crossed a valley that told the story of time. Here, displayed openly like books, were projects in progress, ideas being tested, and experiments shared by both young and old. The fourth gate floated between two crystal pillars. Its guardian, dressed in sand-colored robes, looked out toward the horizon. "Collaboration isn't just for who we are today," he said without turning around. "It's for who we want to become. Alone, we survive. Together, we grow." The words pierced Nadir like a sunrise breaking through fog. He realized that his entire life had been an elegant form of survival, nothing more. I want to grow," he whispered. The guardian smiled. "Then you are ready." The gate dissolved like mist, revealing the true city. The city was a living mosaic, not perfect, not free from obstacles, but vibrant. Nadir noticed something incredible. Here, creativity wasn't a luxury for the gifted, but a natural phenomenon sprouting everywhere like plants between stones. Collaboration made everything lighter. Challenges did not vanish, but they did not crush anyone. Everyone had a place, a contribution, a voice. Nadir joined a group of builders renovating the roof of a communal workshop. At first, he spoke little. He watched. He studied their rhythm. One evening, as the sky turned pink, one of the builders approached him. "Nadir, tomorrow we need ideas on how to lighten the structure. What do you think?" He froze. He wasn't used to being asked, not for something that mattered. "Do you really care?" he asked. "In this city," the builder said, "every idea is a stone, and no one builds a bridge alone." It was the sentence he had needed for years. Something inside him melted, like snow under the first warm rays of spring. But loneliness, like every shadow, never disappears completely. It sometimes returned at night, when the sounds of the city faded and Nadir was left alone with his thoughts. In those moments, he felt unsure again, afraid of failing, afraid of being a burden, afraid of not being enough. One night, he walked out of the workshop and sat on the bridge he had helped build. He stared at the city, all those lights glowing like fallen stars. He still felt a bit out of place. The guardian of the first gate appeared beside him. "Loneliness isn't an enemy, Nadir," he said softly. "It is a reminder of how far you've come and how far you still wish to go." "What if I'm not meant for collaboration?" Nadir asked. "All living things are made for collaboration. Even trees intertwine roots. Even planets revolve together. Only humans forget they are part of a whole." The old man placed a hand on Nadir's shoulder. "Your loneliness doesn't need to disappear. It needs to become a bridge, like everything else here." Nadir breathed deeply, and for the first time, loneliness didn't feel like a prison. It felt like a memory, a point of origin.
After months in Evoluta, Nadir knew it was time to travel again. Not because the city lacked anything, but because he realized the world needed many places like it. The Guardian said goodbye one by one. "Carry our 4 gates with you, wherever you go," the last one said. "Every community, every team, every family, every person can build them." As he left Evoluta, Nadir felt lighter. He was no longer the boy who had arrived months before. Inside him lived a new system, a vision guiding him like a North Star, a structure giving him clarity, habits that made collaboration feel natural, and most of all, an horizon inviting him to grow. Loneliness still walked beside him, but now it wasn't a suffocating darkness, just a soft shadow reminding him to look inward. He followed the road to new places, and as he walked, he felt something bright moving within him, the certainty that what he had learned would never leave him. Because the skills of the future are not born in solitude. They are born wherever people choose to grow together. And from that day on, Nadir would never forget how to build a gate.
And you, how many gates are you truly opening in your own life? And how many are you still keeping closed out of fear of not being able to grow alongside others?